awards still to come.
Oh, this is an amazing segment. I love this shit, man. Like, honestly,
I enjoy this a lot. You know, I've wanted to do this video breakdown. Like, we'll go back.
We'll do other stuff too like this, man, because like honestly, there's so much good shit out there. Look, I love doing Jer and DSP and lolcows and all that stuff, but I also like moments like this that you could fucking break apart and sort of like experience. Like I like that shit. You know what I mean? And I think the audience really likes it too.
Sure, yeah, there's an advisory board that selects the nominees and also the winners, so it's all the top gaming publications.
Yeah, we should honestly do fucking Lindsay Ellis, no? One day?
Yeah, we'll do some stuff with Lindsay at some point. We did it in like I think the early days of the show.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah. Oh,
the way we got Vasil'd for 10,000 kicks. So does anyone think that other Joe is going to snap one day after having to wear too many dresses for gaming skits and hearing AJ yell loudly into his ear?
I'm telling you, Alex, I can tell in my mind, Alex hates Joe. Like, Alex is really a mature guy compared to Joe, and you could tell when Joe like yells over him, it's just like,
Well, you can tell that Alex wants to be the main character, right? And he has main character energy, whereas other Joe is only going to be like a second banana. Like that's just the reality. Like other Joe is not going to ever have his own channel, whereas Alex could.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Alex is trading that autonomy for the safety of continuing to be Joe's employee. So he can't really bitch when Joe calls the shots or talk over him because Alex knows right well that if he was to probably start a channel today, it would not get the traction necessary for him to survive off of for a living. Yeah. So that's why he answers to Joe. And if he really believed in himself and believed he is better than Joe, then he would start his own enterprise and work for himself. But he doesn't believe in himself enough, so he has to be Joe's bitch.
Yeah, and I actually, I'm going to be real. When I do watch the reviews, which is not often, but the news, whatever, the reviews, Alex's take is usually like, not always right, but like the best take. Like, he always has like a reason why he's like, whereas like Joe, Angry Joe, feels like it's like random. It's like roulette with his take. You're like, what? Whereas Alex has like a train of thought.
Honestly, though, in my mind and in my heart, though, I'm there for Angry Joe. And I'm there for Angry Joe's opinion. And I don't really give a fuck about his two dumb sidekicks that never built anything on their own and are just purely parasiting off of what Joe has built. Like, I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
Fair enough, actually. Yeah, but I like Alex. I think he's the best one.
Mainstream publications like USA Today and Entertainment Weekly onto gaming publications like IGN, Game Trailers, GameSpot, Game Informer, all the big magazines. So everyone plays the games in advance of their release because the show's in December. We want to make sure that everyone has fully played through the games before they vote.
We have just like a boilerplate, very corporate press conference here where it's just like, let's get the questions in, let's get the answers in, let's get there. But Joe's going to come in Kate flying, trying to felt Jeff.
No way. I don't remember this. And Vaseline, thank you for that massive fucking drop there, man. Thank you everyone for being here. We really appreciate it. At 5 a.m?
How did the time go?
Because I'll say this. We're ending the show with a thing that we really like compared to DSP. Yeah. We're like, just get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I want to get out of here. You know what I mean?
For all these games, I think by the time the nominees are announced in November. So the next act, we announce Blinks. You didn't know about that one, right?
Right. There we go.
Yes, Angry Joe. Have you ever considered
the way he said it? Yes, Angry Joe.
Yes, Angry Joe. Go ahead. Yes, he's calling upon the special needs kid in class. Okay, go ahead, little Jimmy.
Okay.
What do you got? Have you ever considered a live bout between the best fighting game players on the big stage instead of bands like My Chemical Romance? Okay.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bout between like the best fighting game players in the world, like in an upcoming fighting game.
But this
like
question
Marvel
is so
vs. Capcom 3.
easy to answer, right? You go, absolutely, that'd be a great thing to have one of these days at our event. Next question.
Because he adds the My Chemical Romance to be a little bit of like an asshole about it, right? To like rub it in, like, you know.
Instead of maybe one of the more musical talents that don't really have a whole lot to do with gaming, like My Chemical Romance.
Actually, those guys are big gamers. And they have songs.
Oh no! The second best way to answer that.
By the way, don't attack his partners, the people that he's working with. He's obviously going to defend them and his decision to bring them aboard. Like, I don't know.
Why is he being so rude?
In a lot of games. I mean, they're in Guitar Hero, Rock Band.
No! They're in Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Joe didn't think of that.
The opening song, which Planetary Go, is in Gran Turismo 5. So that's why we had them here, because there's that real.
Oh my God! They played the Gran Turismo opening song.
He's just so prepared and just off the cuff, just demolished it. You know,
that's embarrassing as fuck, dude. That's really bad for Joe.
Linked to gaming. So
what about the bout though? Do you think that might be a good idea?
Have a ballot? What do you mean?
A bout between the.
Oh, a bout. Okay. You know, great suggestion. We'll look into it.
No, exactly. Great idea. Yeah, sure.
Great suggestion.
Oh, that's how I would have handled it off the top. But he actually destroyed him like twofold.
Oh, they did the opening song for Gran Turismo. They play games. They're in Guitar Hero.
He pretended though like he didn't even know what he said. Ballot? What? You know he heard it as bout. You know, it's like it's
actually fucked, dude.
Anything else, guys? That's all we got.
I did notice.
Oh no, Joe! You're not gonna try again, are you?
He just can't give up.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
By the way, like everybody else gets one question. Everybody else gets one question, Joe. Like you're doing 3 questions with multiple follow-ups. Like nobody knows who you are.
Someone called him Raped Rodriguez.
Oh, he is a Raped Rodriguez at this point.
And you asked me this on the red carpet. It hasn't changed.
Do you think that you're going to correct it next year, or?
Oh my! I'm embarrassed. I actually got secondhand embarrassment.
For example, like
even Geoff is looking at him like, okay, like this
bro,
is embarrassing for you, man.
Like, do you want to fight? Like, is this what you want, Joe? You want to get raped today, buddy?
When you have 4 categories for music games: best soundtrack, best music game, best original score.
No, best original score is not for music game. Red Dead's not a music game. You have best original song. Far Away is not a music game. We have a.
Oh my! Did Joey? Oh, I can't.
Like Joe just didn't know what he's talking about, man.
That's fucking brutal.
But this is the thing, though, is Joe came in thinking he knew this guy's award show better than the guy running the award show, right? Like, you have to be really prepared because this guy has probably been focusing on every aspect of this show for the last 6 months. And if he really didn't give a shit about anything going on at the event and was checked out, he wouldn't be able to just on the fly be like, no, well, Red Dead was nominated for best musical score. Like, obviously the guy is very involved with his show.
I can't believe, by the way, this is not like a hate video documentary against Angry Joe. And it's an Angry Joe released video.
This is Joe's crazy version of events. And, you know, I tried to buy into this when I was 13. And
I bet.
Like,
yeah, because you're a fan.
Well, he was an asshole and fuck corporate suits, you know, and I like watched Michael Moore.
I'm going to be real. I can barely remember it, but I remember being like on Joe's side because I was a fan. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
One music game category. We have the best PC game category, too.
But you're like young and you don't really.
Category seems like the best music game category.
Yeah, like at this point in time, I mean, like Colbert Report in like Daily Show or some of my favorite shows, right? So, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
crazy
the way
admit.
that this stuff, but this is the thing is like, this is like shortly after Bush was president, like everybody like had this idea that like Obama's in now and liberalism is going to save everybody. And, you know, this is gauche and this is like chauvinistic the way the Game Awards are and da-da-da-da.
Well,
I mean,
Colbert,
did we when you were 13 and in Canada, maybe you did, you know?
Like, well, Colbert, he was good because his character you agreed with, even though he was like a parody. You're like, yeah, this guy's totally right about all this shit.
Actually, to be honest, like some of his bits from back then do still hold up. Whereas Jon Stewart, like, I don't really have a lot of respect for the interview that he did with Tucker Carlson and the Weasley way that he conducts himself when he's a comedian when it's convenient. And he's also a serious political commentator when it's convenient. And I just found that slimy and Weasley looking back. But like the Colbert parody character, I think that Colbert is really good when he's given a role to play. But when he's meant to play himself,
terrible.
He sucks.
He's the worst.
He does not know what to do. And he eventually, like, if you watch like those early Colbert late shows, they're really bad, even worse than like the Trump hate, because at least with the Trump hate, he had something
to work with.
Before that, he literally had nothing at all. And it just really exposed him. But there's certain performers that are good in certain spots or roles and aren't good in other roles. And the Late Show, he was just not meant for at all.
Yeah, definitely. That's why it's being canceled right now.
Best use of song. There's also another category, best use of song in the game. I'm just thinking maybe these could be cut down and you could do a fighting game or a PC game.
You know what? Yeah, maybe he could do anything. Maybe he could have a million categories with every game involved and every game wins a trophy. But yes, I hate that, by the way. When something's done, right? And then some guys, what about this? What about this? What about this? It's like, yeah, all those might be cool, but it didn't happen. We're here now. Some things you can't change.
We do have a best PC game category. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but I'd
Felted.
go check out the website. All right.
By the way, I'll just make one point about this liberal stuff quickly before I move on. I was liberal in the same sense that like a fish in the ocean doesn't know that they're in water. You see, I had no idea that I was liberal. I just thought that that's what all reasonable, intelligent people would believe. And because that's how the culture was. It's like, this is what reasonable, intelligent people believe.
Same.
And these other people are ignorant fucking dinosaurs and we progressed. And that's just, and I think that's how most people are, like in this current civilization or society. They don't even think that they're liberal or anything like that. They just think that this is the way that it should be because it's what they've learned from the culture and they haven't really been exposed to the other side at all.
Yeah, that's true. Also, back then, to conservatives, a lot of them were really like up their own ass and a little bit too strict.
Oh yeah,
and it's sort of, but now it's like reversed.
Well, but like all the politics was always gay and always fucking retarded.
It was always boring and like slightly,
and it was super boring, and it was only like a hobby for like old people and like people that fancied themselves as intellectuals. It wasn't something that the everyday person on the street had like a really strong opinion about, or at least you weren't expected to know and have a strong opinion. Ever since Trump made politics into like entertainment for the average person and everybody has a voice on social media, like things have changed big time, or at least that's just my perception of it.
Right. You're 100% right. Like, honestly, man, like, the whole 2016 era, especially online, and everyone was all that shit. Yeah, it's changed a lot. When I was younger, politics was like, turn this shit off. I don't give a fuck.
Woo! Anything else, guys?
Yo, G, check this out, man. Like, I know, real talk, I was talking with Evan Wells, right? And I mentioned that, I heard that in Uncharted 3, there may be a portion.
I wanted to come at him hard. I wanted to say, Geoff, hey, hey, you know, in our interview back there, yeah, Final Fantasy came out this year, buddy.
Why didn't
But
you?
no, I didn't want to do that. I was still wanting to be polite and ask questions.
Polite? You were still being rude as fuck. You may as well have gone all the way.
Yeah, you were being rude. Like, you should have said, hey, earlier on camera, you lied to me and said that the game didn't come out. But it did come out this year. Do you want to correct the record on that? But even then, like, it's like, okay.
He'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Oh, no,
I didn't know.
I asked you. He'd go, I asked you.
You know, that's the thing. He probably would have been so slick that he would have said, well, I asked you and you said no. You didn't know? Well, then why should I have known?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So I asked him about PC gaming again. You know, and Tons of Fun made a great point. Chris Tons of Fun was my cameraman. He made a great point. He said, you know, as a PC gamer, I feel completely left out of the VGAs. And so I was pressing on that point. I was like, where are the PC games? I said, where is the PC category when I meant to say, where is the MMO category?
But like,
But there was a PC category, and in the MMO category, there's one game. FF14, like
fuck about MMOs in 2014, like it wasn't a big
check
year
the website, Joe. Check the website.
You should have checked the website before going, for real, actually. Like,
if you couldn't even check the website,
why should he answer
before
you?
pressing you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, actually, what the fuck is going on here with Joe? Is he okay? You know what's funny? It's like, we see this, like, Joe's always been
I said
like
2014.
this.
It was 2010. Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, like, Joe was always the exact same way, but because he was like the angry gamer, it was like cool. Now I'm like, was he
we got
ever
nailed
cool?
to the felt for a sub, and Nut 9002 says, I'm probably one of your younger viewers. I watched Andy in middle school, and it's crazy to see where you ended up. I love the show and these niche segments.
Oh,
well,
thank you.
We appreciate that. That probably makes Andy feel old as fuck, though.
Nah,
but
I don't give a fuck.
It's the same thing where, like, I watched Joe in middle school, but to your point where you're asking, like, was this guy ever cool?
Yeah.
I don't really think he was ever actually cool. You know?
Yeah, like it seems like he was always just a bit of a fucking douche a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It's freely available and widely known.
Videos, I don't know if it's called like Mr. Vargas Goes to Washington. We watched this on the show where all of the Channel Awesome people like Angry Joe and Lindsay Ellis and Doug Walker went to Washington to petition their representatives in Congress. And that video makes me cringe so deep inside because they actually thought that they were important enough to change like their congressman's opinion and that they were going to grandstand on SOPA and PIPA and all this fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was really embarrassing stuff. It really was.
Oh, I remember that. We watched that on the show last year.
There for 500 kicks says Joe was never cool. He was like Phil and on the ground floor at the right time. But unlike Phil, Joe actually did adapt to the times somewhat. He kept up with the production value. He kept putting out the reviews. He was consistent. And he didn't have like the scandals and massive personal life blow-ups. Like Joe never overshared about his personal life. True. And that's one of the biggest things as a creator is when you start bringing your personal life into shit and making like, you know, people from your personal life characters in your shit, it starts to become a problem. And that's why he's having problems now with the politics. He really should just shut the fuck up. But nobody cares about Angry Joe's politics. No one's watching Joe for their politics. You know, that's not what people are there for, right?
I mean, some of his videos, I'm not going to like lie. Some of his videos are really good. Again, the Fable 3 video is literally like, I think the perfect video criticizing a game ever.